तुलसी महारानी की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
जय राधा माधवा जय कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधवा कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा जय गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना यशोदनन्दन व्रजजनरञ्जना यमुनतीरावनचारी यमुनतीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव जय कुंज विहारी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्ण। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 5, Text number 43. Vishwasya janma stita samyamarthe कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् विश्वस्य जन्म स्थितिसंयमार्थे कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् विश्वस्य जन्म स्थितिसंयमार्थे कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् विश्वस्य जन्म स्थितिसंयमार्थे व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् विश्वस्य जन्म स्थितिसंयमार्थे कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् विश्वस्य जन्म स्मृतिसंयमार्थे कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् माताजी's विश्वस्य जन्म स्थितिसंयमार्थे कृतावतारस्य पदाम्बुजं ते व्रजेम सर्वे शरणं यदीशा स्मृतं प्रयच्छत्यभयं स्वपुंसाम् Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada, word to word. Vishwasya, of the cosmic universe. Janma, creation. Sthiti, maintenance. Samyamarthe, for the dissolution also. Krita, accepted or assumed. Avatarasya, of the incarnations. Padambujam, lotus feet. Te, yours. Vrajema, let us take shelter of. Sarve, all of us. Sharanam, shelter. Yat, that which. Isha, O Lord. Smritam, remembrance. Prayachati, awarding abhayam, courage, swapumsham of the devotees. Translation. O Lord, you assume incarnations for the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation, and therefore we all take shelter of your lotus feet because they always award remembrance and courage to your devotees. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. For the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation, there are three incarnations: Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara, Lord Shiva. They are the controllers or masters of the three modes of the material nature which cause the phenomenal manifestation. Vishnu is the master of the mode of goodness, Brahma is the master of the mode of passion, and Maheshwara is the master of the mode of ignorance. There are different kinds of devotees according to the modes of nature. Persons in the mode of goodness worship Lord Vishnu, those in the mode of passion worship Lord Brahma, and those in the mode of ignorance worship Lord Shiva. All three of these deities are incarnations of the Supreme Lord Krishna because he is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. The demigods directly refer to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and not to the different incarnations. Incarnation of Vishnu in the material world is, however, directly worshipped by the demigods. It is learnt from various scriptures that the demigods approach Lord Vishnu in the ocean of the milk and submit their grievances whenever there is some difficulty in the administration of the universal affairs. Although they are incarnations of the Lord, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva worship Lord Vishnu, and thus they are also counted among the demigods and not as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Persons who worship Lord Vishnu are called demigods, and persons who do not do so are called asuras or demons. Vishnu always takes the part of demigods, but Brahma and Shiva sometimes take the side of demons. It is not that they become one in interest with them, but sometimes they do something in order to gain control over the demons. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to today's morning Bhagavatam class on the topic of creation, going on in the third canto. So in this section that we are reading over here, Vidra talks with Maitreya. So Maitreya Muni is describing the process of creation. The process of creation comes multiple times in the Bhagavatam. And here the whole creation, how each element is being created from the Lord. That has been wonderfully described in this particular chapter till now. And now the Devatas are offering prayers to the Supreme Lord for the further activities in the creation. Now if you see the whole thing, the Mahavishnu has glanced on the Pradhan, and then all the transformation has happened, and then all the elements, earth, water, fire, air, ether, all the elements have been formed. So till now, the individual Brahmandas have not been formed. So these Devatas who are being referred over here are beyond the Brahmandas. So not in the demigods in the Swarga, but beyond that. So as described by other speakers also, in the Vedic culture we see that everything is actually a spirit. The elements of earth, water, fire, they also have a personalities, and in the previous verse it also comes, all these Devatas are the incarnation or the expansions of the Supreme Lord. They are the amshas of the Supreme Lord himself. And now all these Devatas, they are offering prayers to the Supreme Lord, and they are offering prayers and seeking the shelter at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So in this today's verse, they refer to the Supreme Lord as somebody who actually maintains, or somebody who actually does the creation, maintenance and dissolution of the cosmic manifestation. Because the Devatas are here now in the aspect of creation. Now the whole world is going to be created and it is going to be maintained, and again it is going to be dissolved. So Devatas, they are referring to Supreme Lord as the creation, the maintenance and the dissolution that is going to happen for this material world is actually done by the Supreme Lord himself. And then they take shelter of the Supreme Lord. And they say that by taking shelter of the Supreme Lord, one gets remembrance and courage. So Prabhupada in his purport refers very nicely one point. The demigods directly refer to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and not to the different incarnations. So when Supreme Lord takes care of the creation, maintenance and dissolution, so he takes care as in his form of his avatars, that is Gunavataras, Brahma, Shiva and Vishnu, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. He incarnates as them, and then he takes care of this creation, maintenance and dissolution. So now the Prabhupada points out here that the Devatas over here, they are directly taking shelter of the Supreme Lord and not the Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva of who are actually going to do the creation part. So this is also one nice thing that comes up. Bhagavatam also says that we should take shelter of the Supreme Lord even though there are so many other controllers in this world. So Vedic scriptures presents, along with the Supreme Lord, there are so many controllers. Indra, Chandra, Vayu, Varuna, so many Devatas are there. And there are elaborate descriptions of how each Devata can be worshipped also. But Bhagavatam says, Bhagavatam first, second canto, second chapter, third chapter, it comes. List of all the Devatas have been given and how to worship, what one gets by worshipping each Devata has been given. And at the end is asked to Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udharadi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. So it doesn't mean whether you are having any desires or you does not have any desires, or whether you have all the desires, or you are desiring for moksha. The person whom you should approach and serve is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And don't approach any intermediary demigods. That was Bhagavatam also presents. So if you see in the Bhagavad Gita also, Krishna says, 4 kinds of people approach him. Chaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritano arjuna arthor jigyasir arthartu jnanicha bharatarshaba. So it is not that only the devotees who are looking for the prema approach Krishna, but even the devotees who are under distress, who are desiring of some material benefit, everybody approaches Krishna. And Krishna in the next verse also says, Udara sarva evaite So all these people, including the Artho and Artharthi who are coming for some particular material benefit, even them the Krishna is calling as Udara, very magnanimous. So one simple reason is again why Krishna is calling somebody who is coming with a distress also as a Udara. Because when we approach any person and seek some help from him, and after that we receive a help from that person, what happens is there is an affection that which is developed with that particular person. So the Bhagavatam says the person with whom we should actually develop the affection is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, not any other intermediary demigods. So that's why Bhagavatam says everybody should worship the Krishna directly. And Krishna is also very happy that these people, even though they are having some artharthi, desiring for some material benefit or in distress, they are coming to him and they are in the process of developing an affection towards the Supreme Lord. The Krishna as a person is also waiting as a father when these living entities will turn towards him so that again the loving reciprocation can start with the Supreme Lord. So Bhagavatam says, Dharma svana sthita pumsha vishvakshena katasuyet na utpadayet yadirati shramayevahi kevalam. So after following all the dharmas, if you are not developed a rati, a love towards the Supreme Lord, all that will go in vain. So that's why instead of any other intermediate demigods, here the devatas are approaching the Supreme Lord himself directly, and Prabhupada also mentioning over here. The demigods directly refer to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and not to the different incarnations. So, when we see that we are supposed to approach the Supreme Lord directly, but the question comes, can we directly approach the Supreme Lord? So, when you go to the Supreme Lord and directly starts approaching him, then we also understand that it is not so easy. Bhagavatam also says, Duraradyam Samaradhya. So the worshipping of the Vishnu is the most difficult thing. Worshipping of other demigods is little bit easy. So, but worshipping of Vishnu is very difficult. When Dhruva Maharaj is going to do tapasya for please Vishnu, the Narada Muni goes and says to his father, Uttanpad, that your son is on the path where even the demigods are afraid to go on that particular path of satisfying Lord Vishnu. So satisfying Lord Vishnu is not so easy. But that becomes easy when we approach through devotees. So we have all the acharyas, well, we have a lot of parampara, and we have a lot of devotees. We approach through the devotees, then that becomes easy. So acharyas, they give us the process, how to approach, and they also show mercy towards the devotees. So at one side, it is said that don't approach any intermediary demigods, directly approach the Supreme Lord. But when some want to approach Supreme Lord, decides, go through the devotees. So, when you are approaching any demigods for any desire, we are approaching for our desire. And after the fulfillment of that desire, the affection towards the personality who is fulfilling the desire, that is the demigod, it will be. So that's why it is discouraged. But when it comes to devotional service and directly serving the Lord, we are asked to go through the devotees. So in the process, even if we develop some affection towards the devotees, that is also wonderful. Because ultimately the devotees will take us towards the Supreme Lord only. So with this, we just want to see that today is a very wonderful day, auspicious day of three personalities. Remembrance is there. Today is the appearance day of Sita Devi, the consort of Lord Ram. There is the appearance day of Mother Jahnava Devi, the consort of Nityananda Prabhu, and is the disappearance day of Madhu Pandit. So in the further time, we will just meditate little bit on their glorious qualities. When we speak of the Mother Sita Devi, she is none other than the internal potency of the Supreme Lord. not any Jiva Tattva and all. So people have confusion. Is God male or female? So when you come to Vedic literature, we know that God is not just male. He expresses himself in two forms, both feminine form and masculine form. So that internal potency of the Supreme Lord, the Hladini Shakti, she manifests in the feminine form. As Radhanath Swami Maharaj in his book Journey Within writes very nicely about this feminine aspect. The infinite being exists as both male and female, and their interaction is the origin of all love, all beauty, all ecstasy, and all compassion. So the feminine aspect of the Supreme Lord, she is the form of the grace, the blessings that comes towards the devotees. So Maharaj writes, the elements of the grace are forgiveness, compassion, and nourishment. As a mother is very forgiving to the children, the feminine aspect of the Supreme Lord, he is very compassionate, forgiving, and also she nourishes. Grace is powerful, yet reveals herself in the sweetest and the gentlest of the form. So when we see the Mother Sita going through a lot of difficulties in Ramayana, it appears that she is so much vulnerable. But she is the form of the entire energy. She is the source of Durga Devi. In the form of Durga Devi, she destroys so many demons. So the same power is there in the feminine aspect of the Supreme Lord, the Sita Devi, but she doesn't take that particular ferocious or powerful form, but she takes very gentle and sweet form, so that the devotees are nourished and they are feeling willing to come to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord. So in the Ramayana, Valmiki writes the Ramayana as Sitayam Charitam Mahat. So Ramayana is not just the way the Lord Ram is happening, what is happening to Lord Ram, but it is also the activities or what is happening with Mother Sita also. So Ramayana, Lord Ram is presented as a Maryada Purushottam. At the same time, a lot of wonderful qualities of Mother Sita is also brought out. So she represents the purity, patience, perseverance, tolerance. So all these aspects are being emphasized in the life of Mother Sita. So to speak everything will be very difficult in this short time. We'll just focus on few aspects. Mother Sita shows a lot of courage in her character also. So when Lord Ram is banished 14 years to forest, so Lord Ram comes to Sita Devi and says, now I am going for the forest, you can stay in this palace. And he says, you are a queen, you never experienced a forest, you should stay happily over here. But Mother Sita rejects. She says, wherever the Lord Ram, you are there, I will be with you. So Mother Sita wants to accompany Lord Ram. She goes to the extent and saying, I am not afraid of the thorns, bushes in the forest, but in fact, I will walk in front of you and I will clear the path for you, so that you will not have any difficulties in your path. So regarding this, our Acharya, they say that Sita Devi is referring to the Ravan. Before Lord Ram goes to Lanka, Sita Devi goes there and she clears the path. So like that also, even Lord Ram in his dealings with this, his establishment of Dharma, the Sita Devi takes the part of her role. And her courage is also seen in Lanka. Ravana has captured Sita Devi. In the entire Lanka, only one devotee, or of course Vibhishan is there, but Sita Devi is there alone, without any association of the devotees, and constantly being troubled and tortured by all the demonesses. Ravana is constantly coming daily and doing proposals, and then after the Ravana, all the demonesses are there sitting and they're discussing what will happen to Sita if she doesn't accept the proposal of Lord of the Ravana. So demons, they go on saying that this is a foolish lady. She is not able to understand the glory of Ravana. Why she is not accepting? If she is not accepting, let us have her for our breakfast. And then the demons, they start discussing what particular part of the body limbs that they are going to eat. So they sit there and then discuss, let us all just kill her, and then let us just tell that she has committed suicide, and then we can eat her. So all this, they are trying to threaten Mother Sita in various ways in the Ashoka Vatika. And from behind, Hanumanji is also watching that all these demons are troubling Mother Sita. So after the war, Ravana has been killed. Hanumanji goes to Mother Sita. He is going to bring her back. And he says, before I bring her back, I just want one thing. All these demons, they are being constantly troubling you. Give me a chance. I will just smash them. I will just crush with my feet. So Mother Sita shows her compassion over there. And he says that they are helpless in their approach. They are being engaged by Ravana to threaten me. That's what they are doing. And she doesn't take any grudge towards all the demonesses. They were constantly troubling her for all last 1 year or so. So there she shows a lot of compassion. She says, they are showing their negative character, but why should we show the negative character? She shows the compassion towards that. So Mother Sita also shows compassion to one more demon. So there is one nice story where Mother Sita and Lord Ram are there in the forest, and there the Jayanta in the form of a crow comes and he is disturbing Mother Sita. And she starts plucking to the extent that blood starts oozing from her. And then she gets disturbed, and Lord Ram was sleeping on the lap of Sita Devi. And then Lord Ram gets up and he sees that this crow is disturbing Mother Sita. And now he does not have his bow and arrow with him. Lord Ram just picks up a grass and then invokes Brahmastra on it and then throws at the crow. And the Jayanta in the form of a crow, he just starts running throughout the universe to escape from the Brahmastra. And finally he comes and falls at the feet of Mother Sita. And Sita Devi, very gracefully, she forgives him and he gives her blessings. So like that, Sita Devi embodies compassion and in the Ramayana. So a lot of various qualities also, but we can pray on this day that Mother Sita can show compassion to us also, so that we can also go and towards the Lord Ram or towards the Krishna in our devotional service. So let us discuss a little bit about the Jahnava Devi sometime. So Jahnava Devi is a consort of Nityananda Prabhu. So she is known for her preaching activities also. After the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after the Nityananda Prabhu, they leave this, they end their pastimes. The next Acharya is the Jahnava Devi. So Jahnava Devi is also called as Sri Ishwari. She is also called as Sri Jahnava. In the circles, they is called as Jahnava Mata. She represents the motherly qualities. So we know that in the Chaitanya Leela, every personality has a counterpart in the Krishna Leela. So Gaura Ganodesha Deepika says that Revati, who is a consort of Balaram, she has come in the form of Jahnava Devi. So Jahnava Devi has one sister, her name is Vasudha, and she is a form of Varuni. So Jahnava and Vasudha are both married to Nityananda Prabhu. So Bhakti Ratnakar wonderfully describes the marriage, the ceremony of Nityananda Prabhu and Jahnava and Vasudha also. So after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu located himself or shifted himself to Jagannath Puri, so he was thinking the preaching in the activities in Bengal should continue. So one nice day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu calls Nityananda Prabhu and he says, you should go to Bengal and spread the... And for preaching and meeting all the people and going to various areas, so Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful. He is merciful even to Jagai and Madai. So to catch such people, it is very difficult to be in an Avadhuta form or a sannyasi form. People will get confused. So that is also one more reason Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says you should get married and be in a proper ashram so that people will not have much confusions. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda Prabhu to go ahead and get married and then start preaching in the Bengal area. So, Nityananda Prabhu is also looking for a proper consort, and here Jahnava Devi and Vasudha were there. So the father of Jahnava and Vasudha is Surida Sarikela. So he is the prominent, one of the associate of Nityananda Prabhu. He stays in a place called as Shaligram. It is very near to Navadvip. So his mother of Jahnava Devi is Bhadravati. So one fine day, the Surida Sarikela gets a dream that the both of his daughters are getting married to Nityananda Prabhu. And he gets a vision that Nityananda Prabhu is there and besides him both his daughters are there. And then he gets a vision that this is none other than Balram and his daughters are Varuni and Revati. And he is very happy and he goes to Nityananda Prabhu and he presents himself, he submits his proposal and Nityananda Prabhu is very happily accepts. And he said that there Nityananda Prabhu again shows the vision to the Suridas that Jahnava Devi is the vision that he has actually seen in the dream. And he accepts both Jahnava and Vasudha in the marriage. So after the marriage, Nityananda Prabhu stayed for some time in Shantipur and then he stayed for some time in Saptagram and then he moved to Kardaha where he made his permanent residence and along with his Jahnava Devi, Vasudevi, he was staying there and doing his preaching. So the Nityananda Prabhu has, Jahnava Devi does not have any children. The Vasudha has two children. One is Veerabhadra. Veerabhadra Goswami is the incarnation of Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He is also very most powerful Acharya in the line of in the Gaudiya Vaishnava. And one more, Vasudha has one more daughter. Her name is Ganga Devi. But after the living of, after Nityananda Prabhu ended his pastimes, so Vasudha also ends her pastimes and both the children are taken care by the Jahnava Mata. So Jahnava Mata initially was glorified or accepted because she was a consort of Nityananda Prabhu. But later she got lot of prominence because of her preaching activities also. Not just, so she was also going way forward, preaching out, reaching out to lot of people and transforming the lives of so many people. So that gave lot of glory to Jahnava Devi. So Veerabhadra, who was very powerful incarnation, he at one point he takes Diksha from Jahnava Mata. And after that, Jahnava Mata has become a guru figure also. So generally, only the male is considered as a guru. So, but in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line, we see that we have female also who take the role of gurus because bhakti transcends all normal etiquettes or normal rules and regulations. So it is not about somebody is female, somebody is a male, but wherever there is a Krishna bhakti, they can become guru. So one of the prominent expression or the glory of Jahnava Devi comes during the Kheturi festival. Narottam Das, Shyamananda Pandit, Srinivas Acharya, they were studying at the Jiva Goswami, and after their studying is finished, they go back to their place. So Narottam comes back to his original place of Kheturi, and he is doing their preaching activities over there. And then at one point of time, he decides, let us have Gaura Purnima festival. So this is almost like 50 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has ended his pastimes. It is almost, it is said, like centennial of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance. So for that Gaura Purnima celebration, that was the first Gaura Purnima celebration done in the Gaudiya Vaishnava history. And for that, Narottam Das Thakur envisions that let us bring all the Vaishnavas, all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas to the Kheturi Gram. Because there are some Vaishnavas in the Puri, there are some Vaishnavas at the Bengal, and there are some Vaishnavas in the Vrindavan, and all are under different sects. So there has to be one unifying thing. So Narottam Das Thakur thinks, let us bring all of them together. So now to bring all of them together, there has to be some prominent personality also who can bring. So Narottam Das Thakur, he sends invitation to all the Vaishnavas, and along that he thinks Mother Jahnava has to be brought. So this is almost like 50 years after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's disappearance, and this is like everybody is in their old age also. So Mother Jahnava was been called, and she was also very happy to come to the Kheturi festival. So Mother Jahnava Devi, along with other devotees from the Kardaha, she starts coming, and on her way she goes to other villages also where the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are staying. She consolidates them, she talks to them. So they all start coming together to the Kheturi festival. So like that, the Kheturi festival, which was the prominent festival which unified all the Gaudiya Vaishnavas. So in that festival, Mother Jahnava takes a prominent role as an Acharya and in unifying all the different devotees. So Mother Jahnava is very much respected even by the Goswamis also. Sannyas, Jiva Goswami, Sanatan, Raghunath Das Goswami, they also fall at the feet of Jahnava Devi and respects her. So there is a wonderful description of Kheturi festival also. Kheturi festival, Gaura Purnima festival is been conducted, and then deities are been installed, and then Narottam Das, he starts singing. And when Narottam starts singing and the Kirtan reaches a crescendo, there the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, all the Panchatattva, they appear. There are so many devotees who have heard about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu but never saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But on that festival, they get to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they were enjoying in that festival with the ecstatic kirtan is going on in the direct presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after some time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disappears. And everybody is just thrown into the grief. They were in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and now they are not in the presence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And now Jahnava Mata takes lead. And she comes forward and says, now let us celebrate Holi festival. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's appearance also falls like Holi, so let us do Holi for the deities. And then she organizes the colors, the throwing of colors on the deities, and then the whole mood of grief of missing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again turns into a wonderful festival. So there also she plays a very wonderful role there. In the next day, there is a wonderful feast that which is cooked for all the devotees. And Jahnava Mata personally goes and starts cooking. And then she feeds each and every Vaishnava who has come, personally serving them. And then once after making sure that everybody is been fed, then only she takes prasadam. So at one side we see that she is being worshipped by all the devotees. She is in the position of a guru, but still as a compassionate mother, she takes the role of cooking and serving also. So being the servant of the servant. So in the pastimes of Jahnava Devi, the few more aspects are presented about her travels. So after the Keturi festival, Jahnava Mata, she wants to go to Vrindavan. She travels to Vrindavan to visit the Vrindavan, Govardhan, and meet all the Goswamis over there. So in the travel, in between, they reach one place, one village, where everybody is worshipping Chandi Devi. There are no Vaishnavas over there, but they are all Chandi worshippers over there. So Mother Jahnava, she is just going along with the entourage, and by seeing her compassion and her wonderful qualities, so many people are coming and falling at her feet and taking her blessings. And when these Chandi worshippers, they see this, people are falling at the feet of a lady, so they feel little bit embarrassed. How is it happening? She is just an ordinary wife of an ordinary Brahmana. Why these people are falling at the lotus feet? Why falling at her feet? They are supposed to worship Chandi. So they go to Mother Chandi and they start praying, let all of them be killed for this offense. At the end of the day, they are very proud, arrogant, and they are unable to see the glorious qualities of a Vaishnava, the compassion that she is exhibiting. They are in their own mood of their worship. So, at the night, Mother Chandi, she comes in the dream of all these Brahmanas, all these Chandi worshippers. All of them get the same dream. So Chandi is trembling with her lips, trembling with her red eyes. She is shouting at them. Your sorrows will never end because I am going to kill you today. You don't know who the personality whom you are offending. She is a personality. I'll just read from this Bhakti Ratnakar. It comes very wonderfully. You don't know the truth of the person whom you consider as an ordinary Brahmana's wife. I bow my head before her. She is a wife of Nityananda. She is worshipped by all. Jahnava Devi is her name. When her name is chanted, the fear of the world, birth, death, old age, that flees far away. She is dear Nityananda's wife. She is mercy personified. Out of her kindness, she gives the gift of spiritual love and devotional service to the fallen souls, who will not always offer obeisances to her lotus feet. Says, unless you go and take shelter of her lotus feet, your miseries are not going to end. And when you take shelter of Mother Jahnava's lotus feet, your life will be auspicious. So next day, all these Chandi worshippers, they get fearful. Early in the morning, they rush to Jahnava Devi. And they fall at the feet of the Vaishnavas, not directly at the Jahnava Devi also, because they understand their glories. The falling at the feet of Vaishnavas, they say that we are so much arrogant and deceitful in our attitude, we don't have the required qualification to fall at her lotus feet. Only by your mercy, we will be able to take shelter of Mother Jahnava. So they also get the realization that they can approach a great personality only through the other devotees. So at the end, the Brahmanas, the other Vaishnavas, they take her to the Jahnava Devi, and Jahnava Devi, she gives her blessings and mercy. She stays there for 3-4 days, and she converts all of those Chandi worshippers into wonderful Vaishnavas and gives them the pure love of God. And she starts going ahead. So one more incident is said, as she goes ahead, in one more village, there are some dacoits. They see that these are all Vaishnavas. The day long they are just doing chanting and dancing. And they have a lot of wealth with them. And they do chant, dance, and they get tired. And this is a nice time to plunder them. So one night they just plan. So it's in the same village. The Mother Jahnava, all the other Vaishnavas, they are taking rest at their residence. And this is very near to the place where the dacoits are just staying. And dacoits, all the leaders, they just, the leader of the dacoits and all the dacoits, they just come together. And they just want to plunder the Mother Jahnava and other devotees. And they start moving towards the Jahnava Devi. And they just start walking. It takes more time. And they start running. And they are able to see Jahnava Devi, other devotees, in very near their eyesight. And they want to reach them, and they are just running. They are running forward, and they are just seeing Jahnava Devi still there. And they are still running. They are running, and Jahnamata and other devotees are still there only. And all night they run, and all the day comes. And then just see that they are still at the same place where they started. So then they understand, but this Jahnamata is not an ordinary personality. And all of them, they go and surrender at the lotus feet of Jahnava Devi. So without considering any that these are dacoits intending to plunder, kill, so Jahnava Devi, she gives her blessings to the dacoits also and converts them also into wonderful Vaishnavas. So after that, Jahnava Devi reaches Vrindavan. She meets all the Goswamis who are present over there in Vrindavan. And it comes to her notice that Raghunath Das Goswami is staying in Radha Kund and doing his bhajan. But he is so old and emaciated because of his austerities that he is unable to come to Vrindavan to meet her. So hearing that, Mother Jahnava, she walks all the way to Radha Kund. She meets Raghunath Das Goswami over there. She stays there for some time. She does her bhajan in the Radha Kund area also. So there is a Jahnava Baitak in the Radha Kund area where she performed her bhajan. So Mother Jahnava, she when she meets all the Goswamis, they were falling at her feet and taking her blessings. And what was she doing? She was cooking for them and feeding them. And there's a nice, wonderful relationships between the Vaishnavas that been shown over there. So, in the pastimes of Mother Jahnava Devi, one more thing comes is about the Radha Gopinath temple. So, Mother Jahnava visits all the Goswami's temples in Vrindavan, and when she comes to the temple of Radha Gopinath, she sees that Radharani is very small. Radharani is very short for the Gopinath. And then she feels, no, I should not feel like this, and then she goes back. And then Gopinath comes in her dreams and says, yes, what you are feeling is true. Please make the deity of Radharani who is up to my size. And then Mother Jahnava, when she goes back to Bengal, she gets the deity of Radharani made, and then the deity of Radharani is being transported from Bengal to Vrindavan through the Ganges and then through Yamuna, and it reaches Vrindavan, and the Radharani deity is installed in the Gopinath temple. So old previous Radharani deity is also there, so that deity is considered as is Ananga Manjari. So Jahnava Devi has two forms. One is she is consort of Balramji as Revati, but she also has one more form of Ananga Manjari. She is a younger sister of Radharani, and she is an expansion of Balram. So Balramji serves Krishna in 5 different rasas. So Balramji serves Krishna in the Madhurya rasa in the form of Ananga Manjari, and Mother Jahnava Devi is the incarnation of Ananga Manjari also. So at the end of her pastimes, Jahnava Devi enters into the deity of Ananga Manjari, and that's how she ends her pastimes. So quickly about the Madhu Pandit. Madhu Pandit is the one who excavated, or to whom the Gopinath deity is been revealed. So three deities, Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda Dev and Radha Gopinath. These three deities were been carved by grandson of Krishna, and they have been established. And these three deities are the Sambandha, Abhidhaya and Prayojana deities. So this Gopinath deity is been revealed to Madhu Pandit. So Madhu Pandit is said to be Mandali Saki in Krishna Leela. She is an associate of Champakalata. In Gaur Leela, Madhu Pandit is a disciple of Gadadhar Pandit. So Paramananda Bhattacharya is also one more disciple and is of Gadadhar Pandit. Both Madhu Pandit and Gadadhar Bhattacharya used to stay together, and they had a lot of desire to worship Gopinath, and they are constantly searching for Gopinath, and to reciprocate with their love and devotion. One fine day, the deity of Gopinath is revealed in the Vamshivat. And then the Gopinath deity has been brought to Gopinath Bazaar, where it is there, and Madhu Pandit builds a temple and he starts worshipping. So, nothing much information is given about him, but he is the one to whom the Gopinath has manifested. So with this, I stop here. Yeah. So there is one nice prayer to Mother Jahnava Devi. This is written by Bhakti Vinod Thakur in Kalyan Kalpataru. Bhakti Vinod Thakur writes, O Jahnava Devi, be merciful to this servant today. Deliver me from my pain and give me a place in the boat of your lotus feet, so that I can be sure to cross over the ocean of birth and death. You are Nityananda's energy, your devotion to Krishna and my Guru. Please give this servant the desired tree of your lotus feet. How numerous are the fallen souls that you have saved, so this fallen beggar seeks a place at your lotus feet. So with this thought and prayer on this auspicious day of Mother Jahnava's appearance day, Mother Sita's appearance day, and Madhu Pandit's disappearance day, let us pray to them so that we also get devotion to the Supreme Lord and move forward in our devotional service. Thank you very much for your patience listening. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai.